Hey, it's Adam with the Productivity Academy. Today, I want to talk to something that's near and dear to my heart about creating processes. I mean, the title, of course, says business processes. This could be personal, it could be whatever it is, just things that help you operate more efficiently, more productively, or maybe it helps your team. But the idea here is that, let's just take an example. I think a lot of people use Google Docs. You may have something where, let's say it's social media posting for your business. And, you need to come up with the topics. Maybe you have a calendar that needs to be reviewed monthly. You need to come up with a hook and an image, and then how to post it, right? There's a lot of little details that go into that. And if you're doing it, you can get in that habit of just doing it, which is great until something changes or you get too busy or you want to have someone else do it. So I'm not going to go into why processes are important, but just to quickly say they are for those reasons. Maybe you want to speed it up yourself. Maybe you do it irregularly and you find yourself forgetting or leaving out steps, or you want to hand it off. And when that time comes, having a process can make that much easier. But a lot of times it can be overwhelming, right? Because we stop and we think and we go, oh my God, I can make this social media post or calendar in 10 minutes or an hour or however long it takes you. But you realize, like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff in there that I just kind of had in me and I didn't, put this down. And I realize now there's like actually 100 different things that have to happen and got to log into 3 different websites and do this and do that. And so a lot of times it can be overwhelming and we put it off. And so what I would encourage you to do is to have a place where you create kind of scratch processes. So maybe you're doing it for yourself. And if you find yourself, you're like, wait, I've done this before. It's a good time to start writing it down and just do it really roughly, especially that first time. For myself, I use Roam for this, Roam Research. But again, it doesn't matter what you use. It could just be a running Google Doc maybe that you have, Notion, Roam, whatever it is you want to use. But start putting that down. What is it you're doing? And at first, just get the major parts and just kind of type in there. Or maybe it's a Loom video of yourself just kind of recording what you're doing, so you have a record of that. Then over time, you can go back and add more details. Maybe it was, go to Canva, create the graphic, download it, come up with a subject line and some descriptive text and upload it to Twitter or whatever it is. Well, of course, there's more to that, right? Like, how do you log in? Where do you get your login information from? What exactly do you do? Where do you pull the images from? But to start with, that's enough, right? So don't overwhelm yourself, especially if you're not immediately handing this off. Okay. And then over time, go in and add those details so that if you do need to delegate it or you want to have kind of a bulletproof process, you have all of this stuff over time and you can add a little bit. But you don't want to just do it one day and say, okay, I'm going to totally knock this out unless you need to, because it can be really time consuming. So how to do this without overwhelming yourself is to get in the habit of doing this. Put down these rough processes, anything you're doing more than once, start writing that down, start noticing, oh, this is something I've done before. I'm just going to write this down, give it a title, and write down a few notes about what I'm doing, where I'm going, how I'm doing it. And then over time, start filling that out, start fleshing that out, making it more detailed. And then once you have it ready to go, you can then move that into another system. For myself, I'm a big user of ClickUp. So once I have something I want to pass off to my team, or I'm ready for them to take over and kind of flesh out or work on, is then I will move it, take it from Roam, clean it up, tidy it up a little bit, add links, things like that, and then put it into ClickUp. Maybe that's Notion for you. Again, doesn't matter where it is. It's just that maybe you have it separate, it could be the same system, like it could be a Google Doc with like your rough stuff and then Google Docs with like finished processes. And then I think that this is important to mention as well as having your team get in this habit too. If not only maybe recognizing that, hey, I'm going to hand you off a rough process and I want you to finish it off, right? That could save you a lot of time. And so getting your team in the habit of saying, hey, I've got this new thing I need done. Here's roughly how it's done. I'm going to record a video of me doing it once. And then I want you to go through and finish this process. And of course, you want to give them a finished example of what a finished good process may be. That may be a screenshot, or it may be, links, whatever that is. Give them an example of what that finished product and process looks like. And then get them in the habit of taking that over or even creating their own once they get to that point. So I think that keeping this in mind will definitely help you. I know it's helped me over the years. And I still have to remind myself a lot of times, right? You got to get in that mindset of like, oh, I'm doing something again. I should write this down. It's going to make it much easier down the road. I do this for not only business stuff, but like for personal knowledge management. Maybe there's, I think I've got a page in Rome with just a list of kind of the random things where it's like, oh, I need to convert a PDF to, I forget, something else. I've got a whole section on like converting PDF to different types of things because I do it infrequently and I hate having to look for like, start Googling, searching, spend 10 minutes looking for the different tool, which one will let me do it, which one has the right format. I can now just go in there and say, oh, right, okay, I go here, do this, boom, it's done in 30 seconds instead of me wasting my time. Hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions, comments about this stuff, leave me a comment. And if you're interested in checking out anything to do with this type of stuff, productivity, automation, all that sort of good stuff, you can check out the rest of the videos on the channel, subscribe, or head over to productivity.academy.